Hi, well, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about one of the best investment in the gear that I've ever made. Talking about the looper. This looper cost me like about $100 plus minus Singapore dollars. It's probably about like what, 85 US. This is of course the Ditto one. This is just a mono looper. And just let me tell you something about there is a whole lot of versions. There are a whole lot of versions of loopers around in the market. And they are the ones that is made by Roland or Boss, and the one by TC Electronics, as well as some other brands. This is a mono looper, no mono channel, just in and out. And it's very simple. It just has a volume knob for your playback of your loop. So once you recorded your first take, this is it dictates how loud it's gonna be. So if it's brought up too loud, then you're gonna have a problem with your solo or your melody line, because it's going to be overwhelmed by the loudness of this lump. And of course, this is a simple foot switch where you press once to record, press 2 to stop, press 1 to record, right? And then you can just press 1 to exit the recording, press again to overdub. That's the beautiful part of it. So you can create intricate loops with this, and of course press twice to stop everything, and then press to hold down while pressing to erase whatever you have in this unit. This is powered by a 9-volt what you call it, power supply. You can get the iSpot, you know, you power this. Of course, it has a USB in, which I think is to either to upload a software firmware update, or maybe to upgrade or to download some of the loops that's been recorded. I don't know. I'm not too sure about this. I got to read up. But I bought this like a couple of years ago, and this has helped me tremendously in my guitar playing, because I will hook this up to my amp, and I would just play a simple chord structure like what you just heard, and then I would probably just solo over it, and you know, get to know, try out different things, like different modes and different styles, and what notes I could use, what bends I could use, and sometimes just to play along, just to get my mojo working, my mind working as to what to play and how to go about doing it, or maybe try out certain stuff that I've heard. And it's a great piece of tool to have for every guitarist, I think. That's what I think. Of course, there is the overdub function, which you can lay down a chord structure with a tempo, and you can actually have a sort of a rhythm thing going. And if you have plugged this into a, say, a drum machine or maybe acoustic guitar, and you're playing the drum beat on your hands, with your hands, you know, like a bass drum and some sort of stuff, like, and then you can have actually a sort of a drum loop going on, and then you can just put on your chords and everything. If you want to add a bass, you can do it, you know. After that, you can kind of like add intricate parts like pads, you know, muted stuff, whatever texture you can think of in building up an intricate loop. That is useful for us guitarists, because we can actually practice on how to layer guitar texture and guitar parts. Of course, this is just a mono looper. There's a stereo version of this, which I think I've not much information on that, whether you can pan parts. You know, that would be great if you can pan your parts. Of course, the other way of doing the same function is to record your first track or second track on a DAW, digital audio workstation. In that case, the audio workstation becomes a looper of sorts, but in many ways it's more convenient, because you can actually start learning how to arrange a piece of music by first recording a track and then overdubbing a second track, or even to the point where you start a drum loop, you know, a drum loop or a program drum parts, and then play over it, add your bass, add other stuff. And that's basically what I do when I program a song or arrange a song. I would play, you know, drums, and then henceforth I will layer parts over it, like guitar parts, keyboards, bass, and stuff like that. So you can actually try doing something like that. If you do not have a looper, you can always try it with your digital audio workstation. Of course, with a looper, for those who are just starting out, this is really useful, because you can actually practice and get the hang of adding parts, you know, to a existing piece of music. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give me a thumbs up. And just to let you know, there is since I think YouTube opened up a community channel for me, so that I could post up stuff, and I've actually recently asked for feedback from you guys as to what sort of topic you want me to cover in this channel. So check that out, and feel free to put in your ideas, or what you want to, or what you wish to see, and I will try my best to present to you what I can. I'll be producing another album soon, and I'll probably start work, so that will take a whole bulk of my time, but I will try to come up with a couple of videos every now and then. So yep, like I said, if you like this channel, subscribe to it, and press that bell, and you'll be notified of new videos that comes out in the future. So in the meantime, you guys take care of yourself. Ciao.